as we bring it down the front straightaway. 42 will lead us into one. 𝑯𝑰𝑮𝑉𝑗𝑚𝑺 right on the outside as you got Christian Bruno right there in the mix. Plenty of cars battling for position.
Cameron Smith weaving through the middle, slicing and dicing. He's going to work now on Christian Bruno for that third spot. 𝑯𝑰𝑮𝑉𝑗𝑚𝑺 jumps into an early lead. He's going to lead lap number 1. The battles for second, nearly 3 wide.
Cameron Smith on the bottom side, sliding up, just forcing cars up high as we've got him 4 wide through turns 1 and 2.
Cameron Smith jumps out to that second spot. Christian Bruno not going to just let him have it. Bruno goes top side. 𝑯𝑰𝑮𝑉𝑗𝑚𝑺 still on the top side, using that diamond maneuver, leads lap number 2. But the big mover so far is Cameron Smith. A little bit of traffic looms here. Just in a couple of laps, they're going to be catching Troy Fraker and the 44 car of Hudson. So that could really play a major factor here. Not even halfway. We're just 10 laps in with 15 to go.
Yeah, if we stay green in the single digits of this race, I believe lap traffic will become a heavy factor for your leaders as Kenny Miller III slides inside of Christian Bruno, and he's going to take the third spot away off of turn 2. What a move there in turn 1 to throw it way up the hill and force the 17B all the way to the top to take that third spot away. The lead for Steven 𝑯𝑰𝑗𝑚𝑺, it has been cut to, well, just as I say that, he opens it back up. It had been cut down to under 1.4, now opened it back up to 1.5 seconds.
We got a battle for the lead coming up shortly.
Where does he go, though? The bottom is taken by the lap cars. 𝑯𝑰𝑗𝑚𝑺 has been working that middle. It's allowed Smith to close the lead. The lap cars bunching up momentarily. 𝑯𝑰𝑗𝑚𝑺 puts one behind him, trying to go around the other. Where does Cameron Smith go? He's going to allow Kenny Miller III to get in the mix. Can Cameron Smith duck underneath these lap cars? No, he can't. Can 𝑯𝑰𝑗𝑚𝑺 run away and high?
Oh, big hiccup there for Cameron Smith. Right through the middle, got lost kind of in no man's land, and now he's plagued by Kenny Miller for the second spot. Miller looking to flex his muscle on the 96.
Smith having to go through the middle to get around the lapper, and he does, but he's got Kenny Miller III right on his tail. Can Cameron Smith make the adjustments needed? No, Kenny Miller's going to go under him here in turn 1, force Cameron Smith up the track into his unpreferred lane so far in this one. Side-by-side battle for second.
What a battle for second we got going on. Steve 𝑯𝑰𝑗𝑚𝑺's looking to drive into the sunset. However, he's got 2 more lap cars that lie ahead of him. Miller clears the number 96 down the home stretch. Kenny Miller to second. He's going to go to work and try to hold on to that point lead. Through 3 and 4, white flags coming out. Can Miller do anything? One last lap to go for the 23M and the 19.
A half mile between Steven 𝑯𝑰𝑗𝑚𝑺 and Kishbank Victory Lane. Can Kenny Miller III get into the mix? 0.8 of a second separate your top 2 cars. Steven 𝑯𝑰𝑗𝑚𝑺 goes into 3 and 4 for the final time.
Down through 3 and 4, 𝑯𝑰𝑗𝑚𝑺 knows he's just got to hit it one more time in the green in engineering number 19. Comes out of turn number 4. Port Royal Speedway has a winner of Steven 𝑯𝑰𝑗𝑚𝑺. Steven 𝑯𝑰𝑗𝑚𝑺 from Reading, Pennsylvania is climbing out the top of the car. The Port Royal Speedway, Kishbank Victory Lane, Steven 𝑯𝑰𝑗𝑚𝑺.
Just means there's pressure to win, I guess. I don't know. I felt good coming into tonight. We usually run good here, and then the heat race just wasn't good. We kind of just weren't as good as I thought we'd be there, and you got about 5 minutes. I felt like 5 minutes back there with the with the way the feature or the order was tonight. So we kind of just I guess we didn't have time to overthink it, and we just made a bunch of changes, and it was all pretty good. So faded a little bit at the end, and then motor started having a little miss or something. So we'll figure that out. But just kind of wanted to get the race over at that point. I felt like I ran probably 15 good laps, and then I felt like the last 10 just I wanted them to go by quick.
Yeah, Kenny Miller started 8th, and he was really starting to chomp into that lead towards the end. And just going in, it was only 1 point that you had just a little less than Kenny Miller, and now you switched that over tonight, and you're the new point leader coming out of here, heading into Sealands Grove. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's I feel like we're just trading wins to a point, but it's tough when you win and got to go back and start 8th or 9th or whatever it is. I had that, I feel like, last week at BAPS. He had it this week, but it's something cool with the series that we're doing. I think it puts on a great show for the fans, watching cars come through the field. So, just thanks to Jagger Engineering, Roadrunner Race Fuels, Faster Specialties, BDB Graphics, Fastlane Jewelry. Just my parents, Scotty, for coming out and helping, all fans for coming out. I know it's cold. We'll get wrapped up here. They got a couple features left, but thanks all for coming out, and appreciate it. I like this place.
Port Royal has definitely been good to the USAC East Coast Sprint Car Series this season. One more time, give it up for Steven Dravicki.